hoping for a revive. Maybe, just maybe, because the crosshair is still aimed at his original position and obviously is no longer there. So now, he could be saved. But can't say the same for Sam9. Mikael knocked out by Zuxxy. At the same time, the zone will start to close again. Kagendra most likely to still get the circle since they're in the middle of it, and yes, they will.
They were United already on the shoreline, very near with CMF GSM. But you know what? CMF GSM is actually quite sandwiched between these two teams, right? Boom Esports and Dewa United. Kagendra still pretty much right there in the middle. Persija Evos, okay, I can still say that they have the opportunity to gatekeep 7 Element and Sem9. We still got 2001 though, coming from GLU squad, and probably he still has his teammates, but they are not inside the zone.
Yeah, none of them are. So I guess they're still finding their way. But their next opponent could be Boom Esports. We'll keep an eye on that, ladies and gentlemen. As now, we move back on to Sem9. And 7 Element next will be knocked out by Deb. Nicely done. But we got Divine on the other side as well. Deb goes out. If Divine shows himself, Deb will pull the trigger. Yes, he did. But Deb not able to land the shot. But finally he did. But unfortunately not able to knock him down. But he could be low enough to be knocked down by the blue.
Yes, Divine is the only active player remaining coming from 7th Element, man. Sem9, it looks like they are on a rampage, considering that they have already put up 10 elimination points, you know, on the board, which is amazing if you're going to ask me. This is probably first time in a long time that Sem9 is actually quite dominating a map, so I do hope they can continue on and reach the few zones, you know, for this specific match right here. CMF GSM, okay, 3 players left because D46 is no longer part of the team. Now, they have some good visual up against Boom Esports, so let's just check if they can actually put down any of the players coming from Boom. But it was GLU squad that was able to get at least 1 player coming from Boom.
Oh yeah, thanks for pointing out Sem9. They already got 10 elimination points. Wow, maybe they could pull off a surprise chicken dinner here, but let's focus on the GLU squad esports against Boom. Runcat, the moment he arrives, he gets knocked down. And now the follow-up is coming in. Well, we'll knock down 1 member of Boom. 2 more to go. Ichan on the other side, he is making his move. Make that only Ichan. Okay, he is coming. He's getting closer and closer to GLU squad esports, so he doesn't want to let go of his teammates. But at the same time, they got a little bit of help from Zero from Kagendra.
From 0 to hero, baby. Come on. Was able to shut down at least 1, but, well, he hasn't finished the job just yet. So let's see. Persija Evos, Lynx has also, has players within his line of sight. Each and from Boom Esports ready to retaliate up against GLU squad, but man, he got found out. He was found out by GLU squad. Now Razy going in for that quick pickup right there for 2001, already charging in, making sure that he shuts down Boom Esports. And there you go, Boom Esports has now been eliminated, ladies and gents.
Well, GLU squad esports won the fight, and looks like Kagendra is still, well, I mean, they had the circle for the longest time, so they're kind of okay. But GLU squad esports, man, 2 players left though. I don't know if they can score the chicken dinner, but if they can somehow do it, again, the trend seems to be like unexpected teams getting the chicken dinner. But okay, we'll hand that thought for a second because they haven't done it yet, but that could be a possibility. Now, looking at the circle, first, where will it go? Kagendra in the middle of the circle, obviously we get the. But for the rest of them, they have to fight their way in. Only Yule is in the circle.
Not quite sure. Okay, so Missery has his eyes on Divine over here. So this is a 1v1 situation, which Missery ended right ahead. 7 Element has been eliminated totally out of this match. Now Yule for Dewa United tries to do a massive spray up against the remaining players coming from Sem9, but also not hitting his target. Although, one of the players was actually shut down, but Persija Evos.
Wow. Long range knock there. And the fact that Sem9 only has 2 players. Now, Mikael, if he gets taken out, that's it for them. But they already got 10 elimination points, so at least it's still a decent round for Sem9. But if Sem9 can catch another one, well, I'm sure they won't complain about it. But for Yule, very, very confident. After getting the 1 knock, he's moving closer to Sem9, but at least he has teammates behind him. So that's where the source of confidence came from.
Yeah, going closer and closer. Yule cooking up that nade real good. Can he hit? Can he though? Ooh, can he? was able to actually dodge that attack coming from Dewa United, but they still need to be aware of the fact that we still got Misery on top of them from Persija Evos, and anytime Misery can actually shoot them down as well. Dewa United, okay, 3 players, and they're not letting go of Sem9 over here, applying that pressure because they are actually right at the edge of the circle.
Yeah, they clearly want to send Kenny back to South Park. So, okay, never mind. Whoever gets the reference, I'm just showing my age by now.
Oh God, yes. But and I also agreed with you, so I know Kenny very much. Yeah, he is that one player that keeps on actually dying from that series, which is it's an amazing the show. Okay, so 2 players left for the side of GLU squad, and Box just got his vehicle exploded, so it's just 2001 right now that can make anything happen for the team. But can he escape his fate though, because he has nowhere to go?
Oh, Zuxxy, shoot him away. 2001, no entry point for him. If we look at the current situation, Persija Evos actually has the best location possible because of this elevation. And they're in the circle, obviously. But we talked about Kagendra needing to defend. After the longest time, now we see them in real action.
I believe that, fans of Kagendra waiting for them to actually have an explosive performance once again, because we all know that they can do it, right? Eliminated. Okay, those are the boys coming from GLU squad. Final 5 teams remaining for match number 3. This is already stage 6, and we can hear a lot of gunshots happening, right? Kagendra trying to put down players coming from CMF, GSM this time. Of course, they have the advantage, they have the compound, and they have the higher ground.
And Frenzy got the point. That is going to be CMF GSM Mad Cat taken out. But Flyboy knocked out by Lynx because Persija Evos, they had the higher ground. So naturally they will be able to punish Kagendra if they show themselves by coming out of their building. Now the circle shifted, forcing players from Kagendra to move out. So they need to move safely. If not, it's going to be again Persija Evos punishing them.
0 has the most number of kills for Kagendra, so that is great performance coming from that player. Persija Evos, we've got Zuxxy and Lynx, and and Misery. Okay, so those are the 3 remaining players coming from the side of Persija Evos, and they have managed to put up 5 elimination points. Now, when it comes to the best team to get that winner chicker, of course, it's Kagendra, considering their position. And they also have that opportunity to assume more points, because down below, those are the guys coming from CMF GSM. Again, awkward position coming from CMF GSM, man.
So for CMF GSM, I mean, they're in the most crowded location, right? So I don't know how they're going to get out of this now. For Dewa United, on the other hand, they're arguably in the probably the second chillest location. I would say I would give the chillest position to Persija Evos now. The best position possible. And not only that, Persija Evos 3 players. Okay, that's pretty decent. You can still do wonders with Persija with 3 players. Looking over at CMF GSM now, Rowdy, he is alone just below Kagendra, but no way for Kagendra to spot him. Even if Kagendra knows that he's there, unless they toss nades, they're not able to shoot him at all.
For now, okay, Persija Evos, they have a slight advantage considering where they are exactly, but if we get to stage 8 and the zone does not favor them, it's gonna be trouble for Persija Evos, because if they will have to give up that position, they will have to run out there in the open, which will make way for Kagendra to actually shut them down.
Yeah, and speaking about some of the movement, we can see some movement down south. I believe it's Dewa United. Yeah, they repositioned themselves somewhere towards the closer center area of the circle. Persija Evos spotted them out. And you mentioned about the circle. We still have stage 8. Yes, it did move away from Persija Evos, but the good news for them is that it's not that far. I would give the bad news to CMS GSM. They have the arguably one of the tougher routes into the circle.
And if Persija Evos can actually shut down at least 2 players coming from the side of Kagendra, then they can have all the advantages here. They can even win, the chicken dinner. So it also boils down on how Kagendra will make everything work to their advantage and how they're going to be executing this one. Because even though if you have the advantage and you don't know how you're going to execute your game plan, then that could be detrimental for your team as well.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Totally agree with that. You really need to have that. Okay, so you have the situation that's favoring you, but if you don't know how to handle it, then yeah, it's still going to come back to square one. But I'm sure all these teams, these are amazing teams that we see on screen here. I'm sure they know how to do it. It's just a matter of how the other opponent is going to counter them, because they're all amazing teams. That means the possibility of countering is as good. For CM and GSM, we did talk about their toughest, their position being one of the toughest, and indeed, they were taken out next.
It was good flank coming from Yule. He was able to spot those two remaining players coming from the side of CMF GSM. Unfortunate series of events once again for the side of CMF GSM. Man, these guys are not really catching a break. But you know what? Flyboy has just cooked up the nade. He throws it in, but not hit on anything. Persija Evos, Missery is cooking up a nade himself, trying to go up against Dewa United. Frenzy, he's pumping up smoke. Now, they're pretty close with one another, so we just know that it's gonna get bloody in just a few more seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it's stage 9, so this is the final moment already. Let's see who's gonna get the chicken dinner. It's still gonna be hard to tell, but if I were to base this off location, I'm probably going to predict Kagendra getting the chicken dinner. Now, with Persija Evos action onto Dewa United, Kagendra might plan to come in later, hence their chance of getting a chicken dinner is higher.
Yes, and Kanov, it's going to be impossible for Dewa United to go for the pickup right here, but two of them already cooking up that nade, going up against Persija Evos right here. Here comes the exchange. Missery goes in for the charge, but man, he's pretty exposed up there, up against Kagendra, right? Zuxxy having a hard time to go down, hard to actually get that information because it's a little open. I mean, not gonna lie, so it's really hard to pull off. But we've got 3 more players onto the side of Dewa United over here. If they play their cards right, they might have a chance to win this match.
Yeah, I think Dewa United could pull it off as well, because they're like on the lower ground, they have enough cover. But one member of Kagendra Flyboy taken out, and now Dewa United are going to try to take advantage of this. Okay, they managed to take down Zuxxy. The CJ was left with 1 player. Dewa United now have the numbers. 3 players still active, but same goes for Kagendra. But looking at the current situation, Kagendra is the one that needs to move away from the zone. Daybot retreating to his teammates because they know somebody's just next to them, and that's Zuxxy, and that's Missery.
Yeah, they need to go up against Missery, right? I mean, Kagendra is already moving forward, and if they don't finish off, this remaining player coming from Persija, man, they can get sandwiched pretty easy here. Now we've got Daybot hiding in the smokes, just anticipating the attack. Jabbar just went in for that top container right there. Now you're picking up that nade, trying to do a massive spray as well. Now this is mayhem!
Oh, it is getting messy, ladies and gentlemen. As the CJ was got eliminated, now Kagendra, they're opening out the space. They even have Moscow on top of this container.
Oh!
And that is how the Hawks will come in onto their prey.